You're a 530 calorie serving of satay chicken. Yes, you are. I'm going to do some naughty things to you after my gym session. Baby dolls, welcome back to another yummy update. Now, check this out. So basically, friends, we just keep holding altcoins forever and ever. And then once every 4 years, they have like this big pump period for like 6 months total. And then you sell and you leave. That has been the theme of the past 3 cycles. We are now in cycle number 4. The 4-year cycle has been repeating exactly the same. Shout out to the baby doll who made this, Hexateric. Thank you so much for this. It's literally, I know you look like a crazy dude. You look like, but it doesn't matter what you look like. This is what's been happening, man. I'm not arguing with what's been happening. People who argue with it have always been left behind. Now, you can see this visualized in my charts, which are now staples of my main macro framework charts, friends. I make this others chart. 3-year bear, 1-year bull, 3-year bear, 1-year bull. This is others, the altcoin index, okay? 370x 2017, 10x 2021. I hope we get a 10x here. This would be reaching about around 2 to 3 trillion. Maybe I'm hoping like 2 to 3 trillion. Yes. It's about, actually from today, friends, it's like a 5, 6, 7x for others. Now, others is everything above 1.4 billion market cap. Remember, it's outside top 10. It's all that stuff, outside top 10. Now, if you, I guess, pick well and kind of relevant, if others does like 6, you should be able to get like a 12 to an 18. And you got to remember, man, if you're saying PulseChain and you get 12 to 18, now, friends, of course, we're hoping we do 50 to 100x. We're hoping pDAI becomes a meme itself with the world's first speculative stablecoin. We hope we get that. But if we're just going off these crude numbers, if others does that 6, hopefully we're in that 12 to 18. And you got to think, like I just showed you, if the SPI Pulse does like a 12, then the altcoins on it, man, you get a multiplier on that. You do 2, 3, 4, 5 that in these lottery ticket altcoins. So you can do 24, 36, 48, 60. As you can see, the upside is huge. But of course, you got to get that 12 first, minimum. And like, by the way, for 12 is complete failure because we need a 4x from today just to be break even, basically based off the Pulse versus ETH ratio that everybody sacrificed for 3.5 years ago. So in a nutshell, you got to remember as well, if Ethereum does a 4 from today to the top, then we need to do 16 just to break even from PulseChain today. And I can actually show that to you on this chart. We are hanging on by very tooth, friends. So what would a 16x take us? Eventually, it would be right here, actually 8 or 9x day one sack. So yeah, man, that's great. So if literally if Ethereum does, if Ethereum gets to $14,000, PulseChain, if you're under 8x day one sack, so you've actually lost money. Why? Because when the sack was done, Ethereum was $1,800 back in July 2021. Okay, so basically, you've given your money away, you've lost Ethereum value. So that's why the benchmark, I guess, it relies on Ethereum. The higher Ethereum goes, it's our launch pad. And yes, you don't get a scenario, friends, where you have this many community believers and nothing at least attempts to occur. You know what I mean? And now attempt doesn't mean you necessarily succeed, but like something's gonna have to give. Something's gonna have to try. Like even XRP, after they got attacked by the SEC in December of 2020, they even tried. The people tried to send it up. It went up to like $2, which is about 90. It hit 100 billion market cap in 2021. It peaked there again. Okay, so it's fascinating, right? So even though even if all hope seems lost, it never actually is in a bull market. This is the year. That's why you sound like this kooky guy, and not that we care what anyone thinks anyway. But yes, the disco balls actually come out in this year. It's all about the disco ball, friends. This shiny disco ball, this is the year. It's the post-Bitcoin halvening year. I've got to remind you again, others BTC is the key. That is the ratio of altcoins to Bitcoin. Okay, I've shown you this many times. So I don't care where Bitcoin lands. I don't care if Bitcoin stops at 100K, stays here all year. I don't care if it goes to 150, 200, 300, 400. I don't actually care about the US dollar. That doesn't tell me if something's heated or not. Okay, I don't know that. Statistically, I mean, well, historically, friends, what tells you that we're heated is the altcoins relative to Bitcoin. That's your heat measurement. That's like, oh, wow, there's a lot of risk taking right now. Right now, there's no risk taking. There's none. It's actually, there's literally no risk taking, which I know it shocks you. Like, hey, but fart coin, and now there's a butthole. So shout out to the baby doll in my Telegram. It's actually Vlad. Vlad told me butthole on Solana did 100x. And I got to remind you, to our friends, we got our own butthole as well, just to show it out here. We got Princess Peach. It's not a butthole coin, it's a Princess Peach coin. But yeah, it's like, you know, it's like the peach emoji booty. It's also themed with freedom of speech. But yeah, these things are still rounding off down here. They're still rounding off. But yeah, you need to see that friendship in the pulse chain, the speed, the actual go up. But you see that? They're just like sideways. They just die down here. But yeah, you got to remember, man, you can't do anything about how low these things go. Altcoins, friends, they're long duration assets. That's why if you watch my masterclass, I go, man, look, literally what we've seen is consider them, everything's a scam for this 3-year period. It's just that in that one magical year, everything becomes a future of finance, theoretically. Now, if you go off the median 4 months of the post-Bitcoin halving year, friends, our expectation of Ethereum is to get to $7,000. I've made this chart here. It's $7,000. But between now and I guess they say April, end of April, but like it's always crazy. Like, how can I compute these exponentials? Like, yeah, it should be by the end of April. But let's just push it out to June just in case. And hopefully we don't have a third cycle curse. Man, that'll suck. I mean, like it already is sucking. Remember, we were hoping when Bitcoin's 100K that ETH was 5K. But ETH is more closer to 3. So ETH at 3,300, like that's shocking. Yeah, that's the third cycle curse trash stuff. Yeah. Now, here's the thing. Ethereum at 7,000, it's about a 2x from here. That quick rise up hopefully moves all those core coins that I was talking to you about and everything else out here. Obviously, we're waiting for the old season waves to play out. There will be many narratives that appear this year. Different, maybe gaming comes back, right? Maybe like one game comes out, gets released. Maybe like off the grid, the coin comes out, starts pumping. And then suddenly gaming is cool for a week or two. And then Alex Becker, maybe they put Alex Becker on a mainstream TV show somewhere out there in the news channel. You know what I mean? And then like he gets a lot of people in, and now gaming's really hot again. But in the bull market, friends, it really is a bull market. It is, you got to imagine you got a hose and you're watering a garden. Like every plant is going to get watered. That's it. There's water for everyone. How much water though? That's what everybody is trying to figure out for each coin. Now, friends, I found this interesting. I'm going to play some angel music, okay? And it's related to PulseChain. So shout out to the baby doll who did this. Actually, good idea. I'm sure they saw me put CoinFessions Rect up all the time. So now they have PulseChain Whispers. Whisper, 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 whisper. It's kind of funny out here. Now, this is a story. It's going to make your heart ache a bit. But look, it's a game, man. It's a game. Look, we know the risks. It could not work out. It's not, friends. It's literally Squid Games all over again. Okay, you lose, you die, you win. It's like asymmetric payout. I've been so loyal, patient. I followed every bit of advice and every Richard Hart ideal. I got into Hex at the last top, sadly. I've been DCA buying what I can. But if this, I guess, PulseChain and Hex doesn't pop in the next 2 to 3 months, I have to start selling. My 9-to-5 job barely covers things, and I found out I'm let go in 30 days. Ouch. My parents need money assistance now from health problems, and I have a child on the way. I am terrified. I've been so loyal, though. I participated in everyone I know about Hex and Pulse. I pray in my car alone every morning that this works out soon, since it's 2025 now. If I sell and make it public, I am scrutinized. Some of you don't realize that the ones that don't make it in the end didn't have a choice and gave it all they had. Now, for this baby doll pumpkin sugar pie, I will be lighting a candle for you, your parents, your child on the way. Hopefully, have more children as well. We need more believers out there. And don't let the school choose their gender, by the way. Make sure you choose it. Okay, now I've lit a candle here for you, and I've accompanied this with the message for everyone. So. Oh, okay, friends. Of course, we pray for you when everything will go well. We're here for the game, though. Okay, what's the juice? The juice is everyone is thinking of selling early, man. And I'm not gonna lie to you. Okay, and it's not unique to any altcoin. Okay, crypto bands, friends. Randy Boo said this year I'm definitely selling in May and going away. And we all know, Ran, you're telling your audience you're selling in May, brother. You're already selling right now. You're kick and sell like literally right now. So January, February, March, they're going to sell earlier than what they tell everybody else. Okay. That's what they're all intending to do. So, I mean, like, remember, I just showed you the others BTC chart, and I'll bring it up for you again. Okay. So nice, friends. I'll make all these charts here for you. Everyone is expecting that if you actually compute how far you need others BTC to go for everyone to get their 10x in every coin, others BTC needs to go from here to up here, okay, in literally the next 60 days. It never has done that, okay? It only did this vicious move up in 2017 because Ethereum popped up. It literally did that in a 90-day period. By the way, we're running out of time now. So they're planning to sell within the next 60 to 90 days, okay? So I don't think we're going to get that. I hope we do, but it just, like, you know, we're either going to undershoot or really overshoot. It's just like good luck overshooting, by the way. You flip the stock market with crypto industry. So that's why I'm just telling you, everybody is thinking of selling. And so I'm here to prepare you, man. Okay, what if we do get a 10x? Sweet, you win anyway. Who cares? You know? Okay, but what if it's dampened? All right, if it's dampened, you're prepared. You're prepared. What if you only get a 3x from here? The average portfolio. What if, like, everyone's expecting 10? What if we stop at around 3x from today? So go to your portfolio today. What if it's only 3 or 4.5x from now, and then it stops, drops 70% or 60% from that point next year? I know it's going to be painful. Not next year, sorry, this year. Wow, we're in 2025, right? I know it's painful to think about, and it will be painful, but I've prepared you, man. I've given you the MOG glasses, okay? I've never let you down, friends. Of course, we've got Spoonie. Get him, Spoonie! Get him! Spoonie's going to be here every step of the way. You know this now, okay? And when I've shown you in this chart, like, here's the silver lining. The silver lining is, why am I okay if this happens and comes back down? It's because we're still cheap. I'm not worried. Yeah, it's going to piss you off, but I'm not going to be worried, okay? It's going to be like, well, whatever, man. Like, altcoins, you peaked at 50% up here. How could you, after 4 years, only come back 38, barely touch it, come back down? That, to me, doesn't feel euphoria. Euphoria would be if altcoins become 60% of Bitcoin or more. You touch your 60, like, we deserve pain after that, eventually. Okay, that's pretty much what it comes down to. And yeah, these percentages matter. Right now, what number are we? 19.5. You can actually see it right now, 19.5. If we get to 30 or 40, not scary. Okay, if we get to 50 or 60, okay, definitely scary. And yes, these are every percentage matters. So your lesson, friends, and remember, I've made for you a masterclass video. So you want to learn, hey, give me every lesson that every mastermind that I pay $5,000 for, which I'm giving to you for now, highest value content in crypto. Teach me every lesson. Well, friends, the lesson is market's perception, people in the market, you. So actually you, not me, you, all of us, we separate crypto into two categories. There's Bitcoin and there's everything else. Bitcoin goes up for 3 years and down for 1 year. Okay, Bitcoin goes up for 3 years, down for 1 year. Altcoins, the everything else, they bleed for 3 years, they go up for 1 year. Now, the up to 1 year is a rocket emoji. It's a literal rocket emoji. So it's like up squared. But that's pretty much what it is. And everyone has now learned this the hard way. So that's why you can feel the PTSD everywhere. People want to just get out now. They're like, man, I'm really, really done. I'm sick of this freaking thing. Yeah, they really want to get out. So I have faith, though. I have faith that if you just hold like a nutcase, we get a white swan somewhere. Now, I saw on Crypto 7, friends, Crypto 7 is interesting. When I said, I think there's a bit of a misunderstanding, but actually not really. Just the interpretation. Because, like, I believe there's a white swan coming this year. It's because I don't know when it's coming. I always plan for the worst case. So I said, it probably happens at the very, very end. But Crypto 7 is like, hey, we could have one any day now. And I'm like, well, yeah. I know this sounds like moon boyish, but if I don't know when it happens, theoretically it could happen any day. But my white swan expectation by the end of this year is it's basically, it's some sort of news. So basically, why is it a white swan? It's, you know how let's look at black swan, right? What was that black swan? It was a zombie virus, okay? The black swan made people forget the cycle and just sell at market. They like, you know what? I don't care about the cycle. I don't care we're cheap. I'm just selling, goodbye. Throw out the cycle, okay? And it was a big mistake, wasn't it? Yeah. Well, maybe the white swan that appears, maybe the white swan that appears, friends, and I'll do this, right, makes people FOMO buy and say, you know what, forget the cycle. I'm done. I'm done with these cycle belief. I don't believe in cycles at all. I'm just getting in. And that's actually the big mistake. That's why I'm thinking about that, because for us to, look, we know we're going to make money from somewhere, our companions, but like you're selling, here's the thing, friends, of course, bear markets, you are buying from pessimists. Yes, in the bear market. Everyone's pessimistic, you're buying from them. They're like, it's never going to work, it's never going to work, it's never going to, like PulseChain, PulseX, Hex, you're buying from pessimists. Okay, everything. Okay, in the bull markets, there's optimists at the top. You're selling to optimists. So at the end of this year, perhaps a white swan event appears. And remember, I don't know what it's going to be. Like, I just thought China and Donald Trump enter a public battle to accumulate more Bitcoin, where the Congress has to go, hey, let's sign this in now. Let's get ahead of this curve. Let's get Bitcoin on our balance sheet before China does. Like something where it makes your heart beat. Like, oh crap. Does the 4-year cycle still apply now? See how you don't know what it means? Well, remember when the zombie virus came, friends? What I'm doing is I've inverted the black swan. Now, what you say, Sommi, what if there is no white swan? I know, what if there is? But to me, there's too much inflation. There's too much money supply printed. Everybody else out there in the world's got rich, of houses, of stocks, of every other freaking Ponzi out there. Inflation's high. I know crypto has to get us rich somehow. I know it does. I feel it. But the news event has to convince people to buy high. It has to convince them. So friends, who wants to buy at the end of this year? No one. I've already shown you. Look at PulseWhispers. Whisper, 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 whisper. PulseWhispers, everyone wants to sell. They want to sell right now. Everyone wants to literally walk away. So I'm thinking in my mind, well, somewhere out there in this simulation universe, what do the Anunnaki got planned for us? Something has to come out and make you go, damn, man, throw it all away. There ain't a cycle at all. We're going up forever. What is that cycle going to be? That's why I thought, the Donald Trump thing, it could be the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve. Maybe the number is bigger than we think. They're like, oh, they're not accumulating 200,000 Bitcoin. They're actually accumulating 1 million Bitcoin. They're actually something out here. Now, the wet dream of 2021 was Tim Apple and Apple buying Bitcoin. Oh, Tim Apple. Friends, truck Tim Apple. Truck him, okay? We didn't care about Tim Apple. We didn't care any of these soy boy cucks in Silicon Valley, okay? We didn't care about them. If you want pecs, don't get these silicon implants, you weirdos. Just do some push-ups, okay? Also, hold the bar closer to your sternum and you push like towards the roof of the middle of your stomach, okay? If you push higher, you're working more of your delts, okay? Some friendly advice for these people who want pecs. I don't want to see these weird Ken Barbie doll silicon implants into you, okay? So Tim Apple, friends, we're over Tim Apple. Screw Tim Apple. We didn't care about Apple. Oh, Apple is going to put Bitcoin on the balance sheet. We didn't care about that, bro. Give us a white swan. Now, here's the thing. White swan means white swan. What about, what if Apple on the Mac, Tim Apple's iPhone, what if they put a Bitcoin wallet, an Ethereum wallet? It's exciting. That's bull market stuff. Is it white swan, though? No. It's amazing, and it's bull market top stuff. It doesn't feel like it's because everyone knows, man, 4-year cycle. They're like, oh, you're going to get the retailers in for me to sell. So something has to come out. I hope we do get it, man. But I want you to think about this, friends. Like, it's just that black swan, man. That black swan made people throw away the 4-year cycle. They threw away crypto forever. They're like, you know what? Sell me at market. I don't care. The news event out there has shocked me. I have too much fear. I can't think straight. I'm out. You want to know what others BTC did during the zombie virus 2020? Look at this. Here we are. It did nothing. They actually held up. Kind of crazy, right? So the ratios of altcoins to BTC held up because it happened so fast and shocking. Everyone's liquidating stuff, yeah? So that kind of tells you, if others BTC gets to that top, you're not going to see, like if we get up here, you're not going to see, we probably won't see like a big spike come back down. It'll just like hang around here, just like everything moves around, okay? So yes, that's what I'm hoping happens. Once again, hope and cope, okay? Now, if you're curious about PulseChain, friends, of course, there's PulseChain, there's all the altcoins. You need the speeds and stuff to go up. We all need Ethereum to rise. Now, Ethereum is in the process of actually going up only right now. It is heading up to that $7,000 as I showed you, but I also accompanied this post, but by saying this is very, very important, okay? Hex only went up properly for day one investors after Richard Hart thought the top was in. Now, don't worry about the implications of that. Does that mean Richard pumped it? Yes or no? Up, down? Who cares? I'm just telling you this fact. And it's the truth, okay? Richard thought Ethereum topped at 4,400 in May 2021, May 2021. When Ethereum crashed, then Hex started going up. You can actually see this in the Hex-ETH ratio. And you can even see it on the two outright pictures of the price charts here. So here you are. Okay, look at this. So Richard calls the top. Here's April. Ethereum goes up. Richard calls the top. Literally calls the top. Okay. Ethereum, here's $4,000. And Ethereum goes down. Hex starts rising. But you can actually properly see this in, like I said, the Hex-ETH ratio. I'll show you now. And it is accompanied with a giant fat red arrow. You see this big red arrow? So look at this. We start moving up when he's called the top. Do you think it's a coincidence? No, it's not a coincidence. But let's say you think, oh, it is a coincidence. It doesn't matter. Now, did Ethereum top out at $4,000? No. It came back at the end of 2021 and it broke the high and it went to 4,900, as you can see here. Okay. So it actually came back. Look, it hit exactly here, 4,800, 4,900. You see that? So it came back here. But he thought the top was in here, right? That's just an interesting data point. So it wasn't Ethereum's actual top. It was when Richard thought it was done. Yes? So I guess if history repeats, which we don't know if it will, make memes great again. You're the meme. We're the memes, friends. We are the people. If history repeats, perhaps PulseChain, PulseX, Hex, Inc., pDAI, the biggest thrust moves up occur when Richard thinks the top is in. Okay? Now, it makes you think about, wait, Sommi, what if we run to the end of this year? I know. What if we don't top out at 7,200? Okay? What if we actually go there, stop, but then by the end of this year, we go to 14,000, and then Richard thinks the top is in. But then here's the thing, friends. Okay, you've topped out in December, you drop in January, and then PulseChain is running. Which, look, but here's the thing, man. When I say this, I'm trying to help everyone, but I can already hear the screams of people. They're basically like, so you're telling me we might have to wait another 12 months? But here's the thing. Look, Hex-ETH, friends, you go up with ETH. Just like Pulse will move up with ETH. The problem, though, is how much ETH moves up. Because ETH is big now. ETH is 3,600. So ETH to 14K is just a 4x. Okay, so that's why, like, and by the way, yeah, the Pulse ETH ratio will still be garbage. And I can show you it right now. So it's literally back towards the slow. This is why this is really, really, really painful. My gosh, like you're at a loss, man. It's huge. So yeah, you're down. By the way, this just gets you break even. So we got to rally all this way up here. 4x, you're back to break even. Okay, we hit break even January of this year. That's why you should have technically you should have sold, and then you'd be able to buy back. Oh my gosh, yeah, like 4 times your ETH value. Yeah, that's the pain, friends. So basically, look, if you're curious though, hey, Sommi, let's do a rough number. Where do we land if Ethereum did a 4 and then PulseChain did like, 8? Where does that land us? Well, you get an 8x on that. It's about a, let's do an 8x from today, friends. It's about 4x day one sack. 4x, so it gets about here. Okay, that's where it'd be. I'm hoping it's from 8 or maybe from 4 to 10x day one sack. Somewhere in this zone up here. But that's just the catching up with ETH part. Then you're waiting for like the bonus round where Richard pumps the bags of sorts or he does some magic trick, right? That might be the pDAI stuff out here. If you're curious as well, where does that land everything else? Yeah, if you do an 8 on PulseX, it's around 2x day one sack. So it gets actually to this fib level up here. It gets above there as well. But yeah, these are just guessing these numbers, man. Because it's like everyone knows this TA, man. These things go way, way, way lower than you think every single time. So no one wants to jinx it. But yeah, we hope it goes higher. And yeah, combined hex is like 1.6 cents. So I guess that gets it to like 12 or 14. But yeah, but remember that hex ETH ratio that I showed you? That was right here. You actually got to see by the time it had topped out. Yeah, so hex had done about 2 times whatever ETH did. Okay, so yeah, it's possible, right? If hex did, just let me show you again how you did that. You're probably gonna ask. So all I did was basically here we are in January. Let's actually check this out. Okay, here you are in, actually check it out right. Here you are in January. By the time Richard thought the top was in, you've done about a 2x on ETH. So you start from here, we end here because it topped out around here. Okay, so this distance is about a 2x. So I'm just showing you what happened in the past. Like, so if ETH, you know, this whole year, like I said, if it does a 4, okay, what's 2 times 4? Perhaps 8. Probably a lot of people cheat. Probably they get out. And then, man, it'll be like a full-on nutcase cycle. See, here's the thing, friends. If I could ask Richard one question, okay, which would actually help for all of us, but he would not tell me. Yeah, no way he'd tell me because he'd know what I'm asking. I would ask him, would you time it differently if you could go back into 2021? Would you time it differently? Be honest. If you could go back in time. If you knew what you knew now, would you go back and time your hex pump differently? Now, what he answers would be critical to what comes next for us. Because if he says, yes, I would time it differently, you and I already know what he would have done is, instead of pumping hex in May, he would have drained everybody out until December, okay, of 2021. And then in December, or sorry, October, November, December, when Bitcoin tops out with ETH, it hits, I think, November 2021. After it drops down in November, then he pumps it. Then he actually does the big move. Okay? So that's what we don't know. You and I don't know that. And why is that critical? It's because, like, was he happy with the timing? Was he happy to do it, like, midway bull market? Or did you want to, like, stretch it out to the very, very end, and you would have got an even bigger pump, and you would have had the Do Kwon lunar effect of everybody running into you for 2022? See, that's what we don't know. But what I've done is I've just planned this thing here in our mind in case the numbers suck for the rest of the year. But by the way, okay, like, sentiment's so low. I just told you 8x sucks. So I know a lot, you know what I mean? Like, we're in a good spot, man. Like, I just told you 8 times your money is a failure. Like, this type of twisted world we live in. Yeah, you only multiplied your money by a factor of 8. But yeah, but Ethereum went up 4. Also, there will be many, many, many other coins. If Ethereum is getting a $7,000 to $14,000 zone, there's going to be 50x, 30x, 20x's, and heaps of these other x's coming out here. But now you have this full scope of everything out here. You can derive, friends. I can go through with every other altcoin and do that, but I just can't be bothered because, like, if Chainlink, all these other coins out here, friends, it's not fun. Like, when there's an ecosystem of altcoins around these things, it makes it more fun because you have extreme pumpers that appear. If it's just one thing and you're just holding it, then yeah, it is what it is. Just basically, you're doing one thing anyway. It's like you're just waiting to the end and praying you all make it. So yeah, let me know what you think about this Whisper story. I hope you make it, sir. He's on the brink, 2 to 3 months. That's, I mean, I'm trying to prepare you, friends. Like, okay, friends, do you care about being right or wrong, or do you care about making money? Okay, we care about making money. Sweet. Okay, what if we just start pumping next month? Yeah, what if? Okay, who cares? You win. Like, it's like saying, what if you win too early? Like you're about to go on the soccer pitch. What if the other team scores 2 own goals and then one of their guys has to, like, go home early because his wife wants him home? Oh, okay, you win the game. You know what I mean? We don't, who cares about that easy part? You don't plan for that part. You plan for the war. You plan for the battle because now you're mentally prepared to make it to the end, okay? Man, if we actually get to this final, man, it's going to be really tough, by the way. Can you imagine if we're only, like, 8 to 10x from today, and that's the end of this year, and then, like, we're praying that when Bitcoin and Ethereum go down, we repeat the thing, because that's what it all comes down to, right? It comes down to, when does Richard think the top is in? But it's something interesting to think about as well, because maybe Richard was happy with pumping Hex in May 2021, starting it. Maybe he was happy with that, because maybe he says, I liked it because I was comfortable with the amount of money we raised for PulseChain and PulseX. which then makes you think, but actually, friends, to be honest, like mathematically, okay, it's not even opinion, okay? The best time to pump is after the top is in for Bitcoin. That's mathematically the best time. Mathematically, not even like guessing, mathematically, okay? Because you have the most FOMO, the most non-believers, the most media attention, the most leverage. All of it is there. And the most attention and mind share and everything is there in crypto, and everyone is looking. And by the way, you have the most naive people who just want to throw it in without thinking, because nothing's gone down, okay? There's not, it's literally, but it's hot potato. It is hot potato. Because if you wait too long, so how do you know when the top is in? If you wait too long after top's in, then these people start bleeding out over time. You have this bleed out effect, okay? So it depends on this game, hot potato. I've thrown some different variables out here for you. It is a believer's cycle. So it's outside of your control and my control. It's just you, mean Spoonie. Like, subscribe, belly button on. Catch you soon.